The river wasn't supposed to rise that fast. That's what everyone kept saying, yet there I was, standing on the muddy bank, watching the water swallow the trail I had just walked through. I had only come to the riverside park to clear my head. Life had been loud lately, work, bills, expectations, and the sound of rushing water usually calmed me. But today, the river roared like it had something to prove. That's when I heard a voice behind me, shaking, embarrassed, almost whispering. My clothes, they were washed away by the water. You won't look, right? I turned around fast, but not enough to see more than a figure crouched behind a fallen tree, arms wrapped tightly around herself. She was soaked, shivering, and trying to hide behind a towel that clearly wasn't hers. Her name, I would soon learn, was Emily. I'm not looking, I said immediately, raising my hands. Just tell me how I can help. Seconds. That's all it took for my heart to decide before my brain caught up. Take my shirt, I said, already pulling it over my head and holding it out to her without turning around. It's clean, and dry. There was a pause, one of those long, heavy pauses where you can feel someone's gratitude even in silence. Are you sure? She asked. My shirt isn't more important than your safety, I said softly. And definitely not more important than your dignity. She reached out, took it gently, and I heard the quiet rustle of fabric as she put it on. I stayed facing the water, letting the wind sting my bare shoulders. A minute later, she spoke, her voice steadier now. You can turn around. She was wearing my shirt like it was armor. Her hair was dripping, her cheeks pink from cold, but her eyes, they held a depth I hadn't seen before. Like someone who had been fighting battles long before the river swept her into this one. I didn't think anyone would stop, she said. Most people just walked by earlier. That's messed up, I said. You were in trouble. She shrugged, half smiling. People don't really see each other anymore. Something about that hit harder than it should have. She explained how she'd been walking by the river when a sudden surge of water soaked her and pulled her backpack, and her spare clothes, right out of her hands. She managed to get out, but not before losing everything she carried. I offered her my jacket too, and we started walking to the main road together. Halfway there, she suddenly stopped. You didn't even hesitate, she said, studying my face. Why? I opened my mouth to say something clever or simple, but the truth came out instead. Because someone helped me once, when I didn't deserve it. And I never forgot. For a moment, the world seemed quieter. The river behind us, the distant honk of traffic, the wind in the trees, they all faded as she smiled in a way that made something inside me shift. Not romantic. Not dramatic. Just human. By the time we reached the road, an elderly couple had spotted her shivering and insisted she sit in their car while they drove her home. Emily climbed in, then paused and looked back at me through the open window. You restored something for me today, she said. Something I thought I had lost. What's that? I asked. Faith. In people. She held my shirt close with one hand and waved with the other before the car pulled away. I stood there for a long moment, watching until they disappeared around the bend. The strange thing? I didn't feel heroic. I didn't feel proud. I just felt connected. Like for the first time in a while, the world made sense. A week later, I found a small package at my doorstep. Inside was a brand new shirt, same style, same color, along with a note. You gave me warmth when I had nothing. Maybe this can give a little back. Emily. I smiled without meaning to. Kindness had gone out, and somehow, kindness had found its way back. Glowing star final message. In a world that often moves too fast to notice who's hurting, sometimes the smallest gesture, a shirt, a moment of respect, a choice to look away so someone can protect their dignity, can change everything. Not all heroes wear capes. Some just take off their shirts and say, Here. You don't have to face this alone.